Hey, cousin. It's your favorite cousin, Can here at the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about repeating cycles. If you're somebody out there, you feel like you keep repeating the same cycles, or if you have done this in the past, I am here to give you some clarity about why you are doing this or why you did this and why it's necessary. I know that, many times we feel like if we're repeating cycles, then we're doing the wrong thing in life. We're not getting ahead. We just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. But I'm here to let you know that as a human, that is normal. We are going to repeat cycles. That is just the way that it is. And that is how we learn. Honestly, it's just the truth. All right. So I'm just going to be honest because y'all know I grew up Christian. So being let me not say an ex-Christian because all the Christians going to run away. Listen, Christian people, I love y'all, okay? All the religious people, I love y'all. Trust me, I do. And what I'm saying, you're going to be able to relate to this if you just have an open heart and an open mind. But if you grew up religious, then you know that there is a certain closed-mindedness that comes with being religious. It's just the truth, all right? So I grew up feeling like if I did something wrong, that was a sin. It was wrong. I was an abomination. I was the worst thing walking. And every time I did something wrong, I felt bad about it because I knew that I should be doing something different, but I wasn't doing that thing. And every time, I did the thing over and over again, I felt like, a bad person. And I'm here to let you know that it is normal for us to repeat cycles. So if you think about humanity as being a baby, because we are the baby of the bunch, when it comes to the evolution of the world, the earth, the universe, humans are babies. We are babies. So we do not know as much as we think we do. So, like they say on the spiritual path, you don't know that you don't know that you don't know yet. But you have to keep living. Like your grandma used to say, keep living, baby. Keep on experiencing life, keep doing what you're doing, and then you learn and then you grow. As humans, we feel like we should be on top. We feel like we should know it all. We should have it all together. But that's not the case. We are here on this planet to learn and to grow. And just like you give a child the opportunity to grow, you have to do the same thing with yourself if you want to be healthy. Because if you're always beating yourself down about every single thing you do that's wrong, then you're not going to feel good about yourself, which is going to cause you to do even worse things, and then you'll spiral down. So on the spiritual path, listen, we're going to mess up. We're not perfect. Nobody is perfect, but we are on a quest towards perfection and connecting to that perfection that we know exists, because on a soul level, we all know that there is a perfection that exists, and it does exist. The highest and greatest version of you does exist, but you just have not reached that aspect of yourself. So that's what we're here to do. So if you are repeating cycles, it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. You are learning, you are growing, just like a child. If they do some things and you're like, hold on, wait a minute, don't do that. You tell a child, don't do that. They might do it again, and they might do it again and again and again. And it's not until they get to a point to where either they get tired of doing the thing, or they get hurt by doing the thing, or something happens to make them understand why they shouldn't do what they're doing. In life, we repeat cycles and we continuously do the same thing over and over again until we get that enlightenment that I should not do this because of this. But that comes from spirit. Enlightenment comes from spirit, and it is the highest vibration next to love. So love is the greatest vibration of all. We already know that. But enlightenment is when we change. Knowledge does not change us. That's the reason why we can know we need to stop doing something, but we don't stop doing it. We can know so much. This is why, all the book knowledge and all that, that's real cute. You can know as much as you want to know, but if you're not enlightened about a thing, then that is not going to change you. Knowing is not enough. Knowledge is not enough. You have to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And those three together is enlightenment. So when you are enlightened about something, then spirit will step in. You allow spirit to come in. Let me just say that. Let's just be clear, because you have to allow spirit to come in. And a lot of times we do this by fasting, we do this by prayer, we do this in some type of way. Okay, you're going to do something that is going to signal to spirit, the creator, the source of all life, that you are ready for change. You do something. It's not just what you say, it's what you do. So if you're being guided, let's say, to fast, and you go on, say, a 3-day fast or a 5-day fast, and you disconnect from doing something, whatever it is that you're being guided to disconnect from. Once you do that, then you are sending a message to spirit that you are ready for change. This is the reason why we not only should just pray, but we should also fast. Because when you fast, then you give your body the opportunity to stop doing whatever it is that it's doing, and you allow spirit to come in and speak to you. Because as long as you're doing what you're doing, you cannot hear from spirit. So when you fast, then you disconnect from your way, and then you allow spirit to come in and speak to you, and you get the enlightenment that you need. Now, it's a process. It does not happen in one day. It happens over time. So when I'm talking about cycles, remember that every day is a cycle. So day turning into night and night turning into day, that is a cycle. A day or 7 days turning into a week, that is a cycle. 7 days or 4, let me get this right. 4 weeks turning into a month is a cycle, okay? Or a 28-day cycle. So we have these cycles, and then you have months that turn into years, and you have to see where I'm going with this, okay? So we have cycles in life. And when we start to look at our life as cycles, then we understand that where you are now is just where you are right now in this particular cycle. It's not to say that this is where you're going to be, because if you look at your life last year, you probably were not doing the same thing that you're doing this year. If you are doing the same thing this year that you were doing last year, you probably could look back 3 years ago and see that 3 years ago, you were not doing the same thing that you're doing today. All right. So you have these cycles. Now, however long you stay in a cycle, that is up to you, because we were created with the free will to choose. All right. So you have the freedom to choose. Do you want to keep doing what you're doing, or do you want to change? Whenever you decide to change, you are going to enter into a new cycle. Now, before you enter into the new cycle, it's going to be a period where it's going to be tough, okay? It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging, but that's not the time for you to turn around, cave in, quit, cry, and run back and do what you've been doing. You can do that, okay? You have the freedom to do that, and it's not saying that you're wrong if you do that. It's just saying that you're not ready. That's all you're saying. I'm not ready. And believe it or not, you can do that for your whole entire life. And you know people that have done that. They keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then they pass and they've done the same thing their whole entire life. But that's their destiny. That's what they were supposed to do. That was not wrong. That was their life experience. Now, I believe in reincarnation, which means that we get an opportunity to do it again. So it's just like if you don't pass 5th grade. Okay, well, you get held back in 5th grade, but you're going to do 5th grade again. You're not going on to 6th grade, and you're not going to keep evolving spiritually connected to the Most High unless you get these lessons. So this is why we get frustrated. This is where the frustration comes in, because we feel like, I want to be better. I want to be connected. I want to have so much more. I want to have this, and that, and that, and this. But we have not evolved on a spiritual level in order to get that thing. So it's just like in the physical, how you could see somebody with, say, I don't know, a Lamborghini, okay, if that's what people like. You see somebody with a Lamborghini car, some nice thing or some shiny object. You're like, man, I want to get that thing too. I want that. But you don't know what that person had to do in order to get that. They had to do something in order for them to receive that thing. All you see is that they have this thing. It's the same thing that happens in the spirit. Remember, as above, so below. We can see people that are evolved spiritually. We can feel the energy of people that are at peace. We can be around people and say, I want to be a peaceful person. I want to have this peace in my life. I want to have this certainty about who I am and where I'm going. And I want that. But you don't have it. So you can look at other people and say, well, I want to be that way. You can be that way, but there's just certain things that you have to do in order for you to get to that level. When it comes to spirituality, this is why I always remind you all that this is not a religion, okay? This is not organized religion. This is 100% dependent on you. Spirituality is all about you. It's about your energy. It's about what you are doing. It's about what you are not doing that is getting you results. It is about changing and making the adjustment and surrendering to spirit so that you can evolve as a soul. That is spirituality, okay? Religion, look, spirit's going there. Religion is going to tell you to do things this way, this way, this way in order for you to get a result. You do this like this, you dress like this, you act like this, you eat like this, you talk like this, and this is going to get you a result. I'm not telling you that you should not listen to the pastors, the ministers, and the preachers, okay? That is a good foundation. Everybody has to start somewhere. Like I told you, I grew up Christian. I still have Christian values, but it wasn't until I started to evolve on a soul level that I actually was able to do the things that I was not able to do while I was just sitting in the church, listening to somebody else tell me how to live my life, or reading a book that's telling me that this is how you do this and that, okay? You can do that. I'm not saying that you should not start there, but when you start connecting to spirit, we know that spirit is going to speak to your heart. You're going to get it inside of your being, inside of your vessel. It's not going to come always through your mind. In fact, you may have a lot of confusion going on in your mind. So then you'll have to learn how to go deeper within yourself so that you're not using your mind. You're actually connecting to an aspect of you that doesn't need to think. It just is, okay? So if that went over your head, I'm sorry, but that's what it is, okay? It's what it is. That's the only way I can think to explain it. You connect to the aspect of you that does not need to think and be so structured all the time. It just is a flow. Okay, you hear people talk about the flow. You just get into this flow. And once you're in this flow, then you get the enlightenment, and then you make the changes. I've told y'all plenty of times that I used to smoke all the time, okay? Breakfast, lunch, dinner. I used to drink all the time. I grew up like that. That was normal. Smoking and drinking and hanging out and partying and kicking it, y'all already know. That's just a certain lifestyle for certain people, and it's not abnormal. It wasn't until I had to start doing something different in order for spirit to step in and take the lead. As long as I was trying to stop myself from smoking, then I was never able to stop smoking. I would always go back to smoking. But it wasn't until I stopped trying to stop smoking, all right? I started to fast, then I started to pray, and then I started to set schedules for myself. That's why I always tell y'all, set schedules for yourself. So if there's something that you know that you're doing now that you want to stop doing, you don't immediately stop those things altogether. Some people can, but if you cannot, which I couldn't, so I had to set schedules for myself. So if I was smoking, I would pick days that I would smoke. I would pick hours that I would smoke. And then on certain days, I wouldn't smoke. And at certain times of the day, I wouldn't smoke. And then eventually that led to me not smoking at all. So I always tell y'all, it's just like when you go to a stop sign. You don't just go to the stop sign and hit the brake. You start slowing down before you even get to the stop sign. So if you're repeating a cycle, and it doesn't matter what you're repeating, it could be a relationship, it could be a behavior, mindset, belief, whatever it is that you're repeating and you want to stop it, or you want to switch or change or transform, you do that over time. Don't think that you're wrong because you're doing something, all right? Because that's not going to help you. All you're going to do is feel worse. You have to understand that you're just at a certain level, and it's okay because we all start on a lower frequency. But you are on a journey. You're discovering who you are, and you're discovering these things as you grow, and you allow yourself to grow. And when it's time for you to stop, trust me, you're going to stop. You cannot stop spirit. When spirit say, baby, you're done, you're done. That's it. That's it. So enjoy it while you can. That's why I always tell people, enjoy it while you can. Because when spirit steps in and you call spirit in, you call your higher self in, you call in the most high, whatever, you call in that force, it's done. It's over. Now, it may take some time, but let me tell you, you won't have the desire. Your desires change. It's not like you're trying to stop yourself from doing something that you want to do. When spirit steps in, then that desire is no longer there to do that thing. That's how it goes, all right? So I'm about to give you 3 reasons why you're still stuck in your cycle, but I already told you that it's just a cycle. You're going to end it. It's going to end, and you're going to move forward, but you have to be willing to go through that door of spirit. The door of spirit is open, but you have to, like they say, draw near the spirit. You have to go through the door of spirit, meaning that you have to be willing to release the thing. If you say, I can't do this, I don't know how I can do this, then you're going to stop yourself and you're not going to be able to flow through that door of spirit. But I'm here to let you know that you were created with the ability to do whatever it is that you want to do. But you have to believe that you can. That's why belief is so important. In spirituality, even in religion, belief is so important. You have to believe that you can do it. Because if you don't believe that you can do it, then you won't do it. But even if you have just a little bit of faith or a little bit of belief that you can do something, then you will start to take action towards doing the thing. That's what faith does. That's what belief does. It causes you to do something different. But when you don't believe that you can do something, then you stay stuck because you don't believe that you can make a move. But you can, all right? That's why your cousin Ken is here, baby. Can because I can. And you can too. I'm letting you know. You can do whatever you want to do. All right. So the number one reason why you may be stuck in a cycle is because you haven't made a decision. All right. You have to make a decision if you want to move forward. Remember, I told you, you only feel stuck because you have not made a move. You only feel stuck because you don't believe that you can move. But you can move. So whatever it is that you're being guided to do that thing. And I always say, if you don't know what to do the last thing that you know Spirit has guided you to do. So if Spirit has guided you to stop talking to a person, all right, then you know that you need to cut this person out of your life. It's time to disconnect from this relationship because relationships expire. If you know that you're being guided to disconnect from a person, then you may not cut them off all at once. But maybe you stop answering the phone so much. Maybe you stop going out every time they ask you to go. Maybe you may need to, make yourself unavailable. Start doing other things. Whatever it is that you're being guided to do, you start to do that thing. Because I'm going to tell you how Spirit works. Spirit is only going to give you one thing to do at a time. Remember, you won't get too much. So, they say that you'll never get more than you can bear. This is a fact. So if you want to know who you are, what your life purpose is, you want to know all these things, you're not going to know all of that because the thing you know, you haven't done anything with the thing that you do know. So if you haven't done anything with the things that you do know, then Spirit's not going to give you more things to do because you haven't done that yet. It could be something as simple as what you're eating. If you know you're being guided to stop eating certain food or you're being guided to start eating certain food, you cannot say, okay, Spirit, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to get more in my life. I'm ready to go to my next level. But you cannot listen to the guidance that you're already receiving. We're always getting guidance, all right? That's why we have Spirit. Remember, Spirit goes with us everywhere we go. So now that you have this guidance from Spirit, Spirit is telling you what to do always. If you feel like you cannot hear what Spirit is telling you, it's because you stayed in a cycle too long. All right. And that can happen. You can stay in a cycle so long that you feel like you don't know what to do. But it's almost like you're dizzy because it's still the same thing that you need to do. There are some people who stay with a person for 20 years and they feel like they don't know what to do. They was told 20 years ago that they need to cut this person out, but they haven't cut the person off. So then they feel dizzy, like they don't know what to do in their life. But it's the same thing that it was 20 years ago. Spirit's not going to change, because the things that need to change must be changed in order for things to change. Like they say, change isn't change until it's changed. So a person can be a blockage, even if it's a family member, even if it's a husband or wife. This could be somebody that you decided to marry, but that could be somebody who is a blockage for you. That may not be your divine partner. You have to pray. You have to ask Spirit about that. You know what I'm saying? That's between you and your Creator. It could be your best friend. It could be a job. It could be a business. It could be anything. It could be a habit. It could be a behavior. Whatever it is, Spirit will tell you, okay, it's time for you to disconnect from this thing. You feel it inside of you that it needs to change. That's why I say you can read the books, but the book is not going to override what you feel, because the feeling is the intuition. It's the way the Spirit connects to you, and it's going to guide you, not through words. It's going to be through your connection to Spirit. And I have to watch what I say, because I know that people are spiritually disconnected. All right. But there is a dimension where you and Spirit are one. I'll just say that. You may not be one with Spirit here in the physical, but you are one with Spirit in the spiritual realm. Okay? So you know what you need to do, and you always have the guidance that you need. You just have to do something. Make a move, bust a move, do something. But if you choose not to do anything, then you stay stuck and you feel stuck, and then life doesn't move forward, and then you become a miserable person. And then you start to make other people miserable. And you know people that are like this. They are mean and they are miserable because the things that they need to do, they won't do. And then they make other people miserable around them. And ladies, I love you, but there's a lot of women out here like this. It's a lot of women out here like this. They can be as pretty as they want to be, and their energy is just as nasty and filthy, because the things that they need to do, they're not doing it. They want to wear the mask. They want to look good, but they don't want to do what it takes to make sure that the inside is matching the outside. And then they are nasty. They're not good friends. They're mean. They're not nice to the children. You know what I'm saying? All this type of stuff. Like, look, women got it bad too. We always talk bad about the men, like the men are the only ones got it bad. No, women got it real bad. Real bad. And it's time to change all that. So anyway, number 2. All right? The reason why you could be repeating the cycle is because you don't believe that you can do what you need to do. You don't believe it. Whatever it is that Spirit is guiding you to do, you feel like you cannot do it. And this is critical, because if you do not believe that you can do something, like I just said, you won't do anything. And the world is always in motion. The universe is always moving. Day will always become night. Everything around you will always be moving. But if you decide that you're going to stay where you are and you're not going to make a move, then you will start to feel so terrible. That is the symptom of not moving while everything else is moving around you. Then if you're choosing to stay where you are, you're going to feel terrible. And the thing is, like I said, we always know what to do. It's just not easy. It's not easy. I'm not here to tell you that you're going to be doing some easy work here. All right? The spiritual path is not for the weak, because you have to go through the darkness. You cannot be afraid of the dark. You cannot be afraid of the unseen. You cannot be afraid if you want to move forward. You cannot be afraid to step on some toes. You cannot be afraid to cut off some people that you love. You cannot be afraid to move alone. You got to be okay with you being you. Remember, spirituality is about you. It's not about anybody outside of you. All right? It's about you. But as you become the greatest version of you, as a result, that will impact the people in your life. It's how it works. It's like a reflection. All right? So you start doing the things that you need to do, and everybody that is connected to you and everybody that sees your light will benefit from the things that you are doing. But you have to do the thing for you. You have to believe that you can do these things on your own. If you're the type of person that feels like you always need a crew, you need a posse, you need your family, and I did say posse. Dang. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, maybe some of y'all out there 50 or 60 or something. I don't know. But listen, if you feel like you always need somebody, or you need to run something by somebody, or you need to call somebody on the phone, or you need to be connected to things in this 3D reality before you make a move, oh man, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble because, like I told you, the spiritual path is about you, but this is your connection to spirit. And you have to learn how to hear what you cannot hear and see what you cannot see, and know that what you're being guided to do, you're being guided to do it, even if it comes with a bunch of craziness. You still know you were guided to do that thing. That's how it works, okay? We're not guided to do the easy thing, all right? We're always being guided to do the hard thing. But that is where the lesson comes from, and that's where the experience comes from. And the more experience that you have on the spiritual path, the more qualified you are to be able to help others, and the brighter your light shines because you have experience. You have done the thing, and you know how to help other people to find their way. It's okay for you to feel afraid. It's okay to feel like, man, I don't know if I can do this. It's okay. That's normal. That's normal human emotion. But don't allow that to stop you from doing what it is that you know you need to do. See me, baby, I'm going to put them black Tims on and step on it every time, okay? Can go come through. They don't call me can for nothing, baby. I'm going to do the thing, and I'm going to do it by myself. But I'm created like this. It ain't just because, I want to be like this. This is just how I'm created to be. So if there's something that I know I need to do, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Now, that Capricorn energy might move slow, okay? But it's going to move for sure. I'm going to get it done, all right? I'm just letting you know. If you want to move forward, number one, you got to believe that there's a way. What they say, if there's a will, there's a way. Listen, do it. Whatever it is that you know you need to do. And then keep going. Don't even look back. Don't look back. Don't listen. Plug your ears. What people got to say. Plug your ears up and keep going, because this is between you and spirit. Whatever you're being guided to do is between you and source. And when you learn how to move like that, then you store up your treasure in the spirit realm. You gain your spiritual power, and that's what you want. A lot of people want to have power in this physical realm, and then they lose it or they get assassinated. Oh, Lord, I probably shouldn't say these words. Sorry. I forget that we on social media, but I'm just telling you the truth. They build themselves up to be these great, great, great giants in the physical, but they don't have the spiritual connection because they have not connected to the source. Because the source is going to require them to do certain things in order to qualify for the position. See, it's easier to get things in the physical than it is to get things in the spiritual. It is very easy to get things in the physical. That's why people can look like they are stars here in this physical realm, but they don't have the connection to spirit. It just looks like a star, okay? It looks like a light, but they don't have that spiritual backing, so it doesn't last. It doesn't hold up, okay? See, spirit will hold that star up in the sky, all right? But you try to put that star up in the sky and spirit's not holding it up there, it's going to fall. It's going to fall eventually, okay? I don't care what type of tools or whatever you try to create or whatever they try to create to make things happen in this physical realm. Listen, if spirit's not behind it, it don't last. And that's the reason why people, like I said, they build themselves up and then they fall because they don't have that connection to spirit. They don't have the qualification to be there. And in this new world, this new earth, you have to be qualified to be where you are. You have to be qualified to lead people. This is the reason why we're seeing leaders fall, because they're not qualified to lead people because they don't have integrity. They don't have what it takes because they have not been tested by spirit. There's an initiation that goes with that. It's not just, I want to be a leader, so I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to duplicate what other people are doing, and I'm going to get by. That's going to work for a little bit. I'm just saying. It ain't going to keep you there when you get there. It's going to work for a little bit, but it ain't going to work for a long time. All right? So we don't want to duplicate. We don't want to imitate. We don't want to look to people to be our role models. No. Follow the voice of spirit within, because spirit created you. The all created you and knows how you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to dress, where you're supposed to live, all the things. Spirit knows everything about you. So connect to the spirit that knows all so that you can know all. That's how this works. Okay? That's how this works. All right. So, number 3, the reason why you could be stuck in a cycle is because you stayed in the cycle too long. You said, duh, kid, I know I'm in this cycle. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to run. Listen, the longer you stay in a cycle, the harder it is for you to leave the cycle. You've been in the cycle too long. And I'm going to tell you what I know, because I went through a cycle for a long time. Many, many years of my life that I'll never get back. But I don't regret it. That was a part of my path. I needed to go through that. But I'm here to let you know, the longer you stay in the cycle, you lose faith and you lose confidence in yourself. It strips away your passion to even move. You become complacent. You feel like, well, this is the way that life is. So if, say, you've been on a job 10 years, you know there's no growth. You have not grown. You do the same thing every single day. You can do it with your eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? You do the same thing every single day you go to this job. But you haven't elevated at all. It has not done it. It doesn't pay you anymore. It may have paid you a few cents more. It's not giving you any benefit, but you keep going to the job every single day. You don't want to go there, but you keep doing it every single day. Then days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. That's what I was telling you about. So you're in a cycle. And the longer you stay on that job, you start to feel like, well, this is it for me. This is it for me. Where else am I going to go? What else do I do? This is all that I know. And the longer you do that, the more you feel like you cannot move. It's the same thing in relationships. If you've ever been in a relationship with a person long term, you know you feel like, I can't go anywhere. Where else am I going to go? I already know this person. This person knows me. You know, all this other type of stuff. But the longer you stay in that cycle, you start to believe that that's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing better. And I'm here to let you know it always gets better. Always. Especially when you stay true to yourself. So as long as you're staying true to yourself and what it is that you want and what it is that you need, and you make decisions based off of that, you will always get better, you will always grow, and you will always be able to be a light for others because they will see what's possible. But if you stay stuck, then you will do what most people do, which is just do whatever it is that is easy. Because believe it or not, it's easier to stay in a cycle than it is to leave one. It's very easy to stay in a cycle, even though you could feel like, no, it's hard. It's hard being with this person. It's hard being on this job. The hard part comes in when you decide that you're ready to go. Because then all HELL is going to break loose because now you're going up. You're moving in a direction where you're going up. And that's difficult. But that is when you start to grow. It's the only way for you to grow. So the longer you stay doing what you're doing, it's going to be harder for you to make a change. Just think about it like this. If you've ever known a woman that was abused physically, people will look at the woman and say, she should leave that partner. Why is she with him? Why is she with this man? She should have been left him. He keep on blacking her eye, doing all this crazy stuff to her. She should have been gone. But it's easy to say that from the outside. You're not in that situation. Okay? It's hard for that type of woman to leave because, number one, she's been in that cycle so long that she feels like this is normal. Where am I going to go? I don't have anywhere to go. Nobody is going to help me. What can I do? And then she's afraid. If I move, then he's going to get me. Or, you know what I'm saying? Then fear sets in. So it's like, it's easier for her to stay, or she believes it's easier for her to stay than for her to move, because if she decides to make a move, all HELL is going to break loose, but she will be free if she makes a move. Okay? So a woman that is in that type of situation will go round and around and around in a cycle with this man for years and years and years and years, dealing with the same thing over and over and over again. And people will say, she just needs to move. But it's not easy. When you stay in a cycle that long, it's hard. But if she was in that relationship with that man, and the first time he put his hands on her, she left him, then it wouldn't have been hard. You see what I'm saying? She would have been gone, and it wouldn't have been so hard. But if she stayed with him, then she started having children by him, then they move out of town, then, it gets harder and harder and harder and harder, and it's like a spiral. So this is what I'm telling you. The moment you know that it's time for you to do something, it's easier for you to do it right then and there when you get the awareness. When you get that awareness, when Spirit lets you know, okay, it's time to go, it's easier to just go at that point. Because the longer you stay, it's just like being on that job for 10 years, 20 years, the longer you stay on that job or in that position, it gets harder for you to leave because you don't believe that it's possible. You start to feel like this is all there is. And I'm here to let you know, by the power of Spirit, baby, because it ain't me. You already know this is Spirit. You can make a move whenever you're ready. That is your human superpower. No other creation has the ability to choose except for you. You were created with the ability to choose. You can choose. Now make a move. And it may not be comfortable, but when you do make that move, you will see that you weren't stuck at all. It was an illusion. Like they say, fear is an illusion and you can overcome it. I think that was Juan Pablo. Yeah, shout out to Juan Pablo. But it's true. Fear is not real. It's false. False evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's just in your mind. And it sets up in your body and you start feeling like you literally can't move, but you really can. You can always make a move. Not even our Creator takes our ability to choose away from us. That's why we're here in this dimension, because we were granted the ability to choose. So if the Creator of all life is giving us the ability to choose, and we choose not to use our human superpower, then that's not the fault of Spirit. Because we'll go to Spirit and start praying and go pray to God and ask God to make things happen. And I'm telling you right now, ain't nothing gonna happen. You can lean on the Lord. You can read as many scriptures. You can do whatever you want to do. But as long as you keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's what they ain't preaching. I'm gonna tell you the truth. As long as you keep doing that same thing over and over and over, nothing will change for you. Not even Spirit can change you. You have to draw near to Spirit. You have to be the one to say, okay, I'm ready. But there's action that comes with that. And you put one foot in front of the other. How do you do it? A lot of people ask me, Ken, how did you do this? How did you leave this person after 15 years? How did you stop working on a job? How did you do these certain type of things? I'm telling you what you do. How did you cut off these addictions? How did you lose 70 pounds? How do I do these things? I put one foot in front of the other and I don't look back. If I gotta jump by myself, I'ma jump. Because one thing I'ma do is save me. I'm not looking for nobody to save me because nobody's gonna save me. And I'm in a love affair with the Spirit now. I'm so in love, okay? People like, Ken, you don't be going on dates and that. I mean, I know you in Atlanta and stuff. Like, them men's down there, they got some money and stuff. And they this and this and that. Baby, I haven't been outside in 4 years. Because I'm in love. I'm in love. And it may sound strange to some, but if you understand, then you understand. If you get it, then you get it. But when you connect to Spirit in a way the source in a way that you have disconnected from everything in your life, then the things in the physical are not so real anymore. Because I told y'all, some days I don't even know what day it is. I don't know what time it is. I don't know a lot of things about regular stuff, you know? I know what I'm here to do, and I focus on that. I do that. But everything else that I used to do and that was so important to me, it's not really important, you know? So being in relationships is necessary, but it's not like everything for me to the point to where I'm going to sacrifice my integrity, myself, you know, the things that I know that I'm here to do in order to be connected to people that want to continue in their cycles. I'm not doing that because I know that I'm a different type of person. So the people that I connect to, they have to be different too. You know what I'm saying? They have to be moving like I'm moving, or I can't be around you. Because I know that bad character, it corrupts good judgment. So I'm not going to be around people that are not doing the same thing that I'm doing. If they're not sacrificing and doing the things that they need to do to evolve and become better, I can't even afford to be around people like that. And when it comes to a relationship, that's so serious to me. That's so serious because I know how great of an impact relationships have on our life. I'm not carrying nobody's load. I'm not lifting nobody up. I'm holding myself up, and that's enough. Okay? I don't have time. And being in a relationship, even with a man sometimes, a woman has to be there to support him and be his cheerleader and be his this and be his that. Listen, when you don't have nobody, all you got is you and your energy. That's it. You don't got to worry about nobody else's energy. So I have been single and will be single for as long as I want to be single, because I know how much clarity comes with that, how much power comes from being able to be connected to spirit in a way where you don't have any distractions. You don't have anything that's blocking you. You don't have anybody's energy within you or around you. It's just you and spirit. It's different. It's different. And there's power that comes from that. So if you're being guided, look, sidebar, if you're being guided to be by yourself, then you're not by yourself. That's you connecting to spirit. Your transformation is happening. You are changing and evolving, and you're becoming a powerhouse. And when you do decide to be in a relationship again, just imagine the type of person that you're going to attract. You're going to be so, listen, because you're going to be blown away. You are going to be blown away because you're not going to believe that you would attract this type of person. But as within, so without. Whoever you are, you're going to attract that back to you. So if you're attracting a bunch of bull crap to you, or you're attracting a bunch of people that you got to pull up and lift up, okay, you got to do some more work on yourself. Lift yourself up, okay? That's what they're telling you. You need to keep working on yourself. But if you attract somebody that comes into your life and they're able to give to you and you're able to give to them, you pour into them, they pour into you. It's like riding a bike, baby, y'all rolling. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but you have to become what it is that you want to receive. You got to be the thing first. You know, it's easy to look like you got it, but it's something totally different to have it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just a realist like that. I'm just not a fake person. So I'd rather develop myself and wait than to rush and be out there playing around, because my energy is valuable to me, very valuable to me. And it ain't always used to be like this. You know, I had to go through so much of what I'm telling you about. So many cycles I had to go through till I got to the point to where I'm like, look, I'm done with this. I'm done with these cycles. I'm not playing no games, and I'm not letting nobody play games with me. But I had to get tired of being in cycles. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you are now, you need to go through these cycles. You need to get tired. You need to get to the point to where you just can't take no more. That's important. That's an important part of the journey. Because normally when you feel like you're tired and you can't take no more, that's when you decide, okay, I'm ready to change. This is about to change. And then you change and you don't look back. So that's what it is, cousin. You already know I'm here. All right. If you need support, listen, spiritual alignment class is waiting for you. I got something for you. Well, Spirit gave me something to give to you. All right. So y'all come on over to spiritual alignment class. Ladies, if you're ready to stop living this life that you don't want to live, all right, because many people are just living life and you don't want to live the life you're living. That's because you're spiritually disconnected. Get connected to spirit and be in a love affair with spirit. See, I'm not like religious people. I don't call God only mine, my God, my this, my that. You know, spirit is for everybody. But listen, you got to be serious, okay? You got to be serious. You can't be in and out and in when it comes to spirit. You got to be 10 toes down all the way in, or you're all the way out. That's how it is, okay? So come on over to spiritual alignment class. It's a 4-week commitment to yourself. If you have lived many, many years for everybody else, you're helping everybody else do everything else that they want to do. You're working on a job. You're in a relationship. You're doing whatever it is that you're doing on autopilot in this cycle, but you're tired of being in the cycle. It's time for you to break the cycle. That's why you listen to me. There's no coincidence that you were guided to the lighthouse. There's no coincidence that you're hearing my voice. Go to spiritual alignment class. Commit yourself to yourself for 4 weeks. All right? That's all you need. 28 days will break that cycle of you doing everything that you're doing, and you will start to get clarity if you follow the guidance, okay? Because I can't make you do the work. I can give you the work, but I can't make you do the work. But if you listen to what it is that I'm telling you to do, or you follow that guidance that I'm giving you, then you will be able to break these cycles, and you will be able to enter into a new cycle where you will transform into the greatest version of yourself, and you will be glowing and flowing. That's all I can tell you. You're going to be glowing and flowing. People be looking at me. I be feeling it too, because when I be going in rooms and stuff, they be like, everybody be looking, they be turning their head like, who is it? Who is that? I just be walking like, I don't see nobody looking at me. But see, I be going outside that much, okay? I be staying in the house because, you know, Spirit will have you on protective custody and lockdown for a little bit. But then, you know, when it's time for you to go outside, baby, it's time to go outside. So I'm just saying, ladies, marinate, all right? Get in that sun, get outside, get in the wind, stay by yourself, protect your energy. And then when you go out, baby, you're going to be fine. I'm just letting you know. Summertime fine. All right, cousin, I love y'all. I will talk to y'all next Monday, or I will see you in spiritual alignment class when you come over and join our private group. All right, I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.